Hey guys, today I'm going to be discussing with you the launch of Big Navi, aka RDNA 2. And the reason I'm actually going to be talking to you guys about this is because I myself have a feeling that AMD might give everyone, including Nvidia, a shock with their next launch. If you guys haven't heard, AMD has announced that their launch event will be on the 28th of October, which seems like a bad release date at first glance. But let me remind you that the 3070 priced at only $500, which is releasing on the 15th, which is only 2 weeks or 13 days to be exact before the AMD event. So why does this matter? Well, for my first point, the RX 6900 XT is speculated to only be priced around $550 to $600, which, depending on what we find out in the event, could be an absolute deal if it surpasses the 3070 or even the 3080 by a significant margin in performance. Although there are no official specs, this information I'm going to list off is based on the card being displayed in Fortnite and also reports from different organizations or people and official announcements from AMD. For the outside of the card, it will take up 2 PCI slots, has 2 8-pin connectors, possibly has crossfire, and has 3 9-bladed fans in a blower setup. So this card does seem to have a very good cooling setup, especially being on a smaller nanometer architecture. On the looks, Jay's 2 cents actually has real photos of the card. In my opinion, it does look pretty good. It has a black, grey, red and chrome palette, with fans having chrome tops and lines of red along the sides of the card, and Radeon in big letters. Even though I don't really care about accent colours, as most time you can just ignore them, RGB LEDs would have been a nice addition to see, as depending on what's in your case and what colours you prefer, you could change that to your liking. Now for some performance specs. Remember that not all this is confirmed, however I will cite sources in the description for you guys to read or watch for your own decision and judgment. So for the rumored specs, it will be running 16GB of GDDR6, which is 6GB more than the current 3080. This rumour came from a well-known leaker at _Rogue Gaming on Twitter. Although this should be taken with a grain of salt, this is the same guy that pretty much got the 3080 specs almost perfectly, so he has some sort of reliability for this info at least. It will have 80 compute units and it will be also on a 7nm architecture, which is smaller than the 30 series 8nm architecture, therefore giving AMD the advantage since it will produce less heat, use less power, and is obviously smaller. Again, none of this is officially confirmed, however I will cite sources in the description below. Now with all this, with 2 8-pin power and a rumored 50% increase in performance per watt, I think Nvidia might have a very compelling rival to the 3070 and even the 3080. Plus, from watching the short circuit video at 6 minutes and 3 seconds in the video, it seems like there's some sort of crossfire bridge on the PCB, which, if that is what it is, it's a massive advantage depending on how AMD makes the GPUs work with each other software wise. So with all this information, what do I think? Well, I think AMD has a very good fighting chance against Nvidia. However, I do think the software at first will be holding the card back, as most AMD drivers are majority of the time unoptimized until a week or so after release. In conclusion, I recommend waiting 2 weeks longer to see what AMD has and then choosing whichever you prefer out of Nvidia and AMD. Plus, with how Nvidia stocks its items, I don't think you have much of a choice anyway.